I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our countries.
Para hindi matalo ng foreign competition. Pero minsan, ginagamit din itong economic weapon. At dito papasok ang ating pag-uusap.
I think it's pretty ridiculous and a slap in the face to our allies. Like, you guys have our back, you stimulate our economy.
It might cost us more in the long run, you know, down here. And he has a lot of different things he's doing and may come back to bite him. All of us, you never know.
We got to do what we got to do. I mean, we've been taken advantage of for too long.
Paano nga ba nagkaroon ng tariff war sa pagitan ng Canada at Amerika? Balik tayo sa history. Hindi ito yung first time na nagkaroon ng trade tension ang dalawang bansa.
I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our countries, businesses back.
Isang matinding sagupaan sa ekonomiya. Dapat bang lumaban ang Canada or mag-back down na lang? Feel free to share your opinion sa ating comment section.
He had promised to introduce tough tariffs on day one. President Trump's obviously a couple of weeks late, but clearly excited about one of his favorite policy tools.
Ano nga ba ang tariff? Ito ay tax or buwis na ipinapataw sa mga imported goods. Ibig sabihin kapag nag-import ang Canada ng mga produkto sa US or vice versa, may extra cost na tinatawag, which is ito yung tariff. Ang purpose nito ay protektahan ang mga local businesses para hindi matalo ng foreign competition. Pero minsan, ginagamit din itong economic weapon at dito papasok ang ating pag-uusapan today.
The president will be implementing tomorrow a 25% tariffs on Mexico, 25% tariffs on Canada, and a 10% tariff on China for the illegal fentanyl that they have sourced and allowed to distribute into our country.
Today, pag-uusapan natin ang ongoing tariff war sa pagitan ng Canada at Amerika.
I think it's pretty ridiculous and a slap in the face to our allies. Like, you guys have our back, you stimulate our economy.
It might cost us more in the long run, you know, down here. And he has a lot of different things he's doing and may come back to bite him. All of us, you never know.
We got to do what we got to do. I mean, we've been taken advantage of for too long, and I believe in Trump.
I don't know. He's saying it's to reduce drugs and things across the border, but I don't buy that really. So.
Isang malaking economic conflict na may malaking epekto sa ating daily lives. Ano nga ba ito? Bakit nagkaroon ng trade tension? At paano ito makakaapekto sa ating lahat? Na-mention natin kanina na ang tariff ay buwis or tax na ipinapataw sa mga imported goods. So example, dito sa Canada, pagka bumili ka ng American washing machine at merong 25% na tariff, ang ibig sabihin nito ay mas mahal mo na siya na mabibili. Ganun din kapag Canadian aluminum or bakal ang binibenta sa US. Kung may tariff ay mas mahal itong maibebenta at dahil sa tumaas ang presyo ay mas challenge na ito na bilhin.
Hundreds of billions of dollars worth of imports are trucked from Mexico and Canada into America and the other way around. They are each other's biggest trading partners by far. For instance, 90% of the avocados sold in America come from Mexico. Charging a 25% tax on each fruit that crosses the border will hurt Mexican exporters, but it also risks increasing prices for American consumers. Canada's biggest export to America is oil. Even 10% import tariffs risk raising costs for Americans, and of course Canada will also feel the pain if America buys less of their oil. The Prime Minister says he's ready to respond.
The President does choose to implement any tariffs against Canada.
Paano nga ba nagkaroon ng tariff war sa pagitan ng Canada at Amerika? Balik tayo sa history. Hindi ito yung first time na nagkaroon ng trade tension ang dalawang bansang ito. Actually, matagal nang may trade disputes ang Canada at Amerika. Although magkalapit sila at may strong economic relationship, Hindi ito palaging smooth sailing. Ilan sa pinaka-notable trade wars sa pagitan ng dalawang bansang ito ay ang softwood lumber dispute noong 1980s up to the present. Isa ito sa pinakamatagal na trade war ng Canada at US. Ayon sa US, subsidized daw ang softwood lumber ng Canada, kaya unfair ito sa American producers. Ang resulta, nagpatupad ang US ng tariff sa Canadian lumber exports noong 2001 at muli noong 2017. Ang epekto nito, tumaas ang presyo ng kahoy sa Amerika at naapektuhan ang construction industry. And meron din itong dairy tariff noong 2017 to 2018. Trump era din ito. Ang issue, sabi ni Trump, masyadong protektado ang Canadian dairy industry, kaya disadvantageous sa US dairy farmers. Ang resulta, nag-impose ang US ng tariff sa Canadian dairy imports at kumante ang Canada sa American cheese and dairy products. Meron din yung issue sa aluminum and steel tariff noong 2018. Ito ay US-China trade war. Ang issue naman noong 2018, nagpatupad ang US ng tariff sa Canadian steel at aluminum bilang bahagi ng broader US-China trade war. Gumanti ang Canada at nag-impose ng retaliatory tariff sa US goods tulad ng ketchup at whiskey. Ang resolution sa ilalim ng USMCA or United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, nawala ang ilan sa mga tariff pero hindi lahat. So basically, hindi ito ang first time ng Canada at Amerika sa mga trade disputes. Pero this time, iba ang sitwasyon. Hindi lang ito simpleng business conflict. May halo itong politics and security concerns. At ang pinaka-recent nitong February 1, 2025, nagpatupad ng American President ng 25% tariff sa lahat ng import ng Canada, which is 25% and 10% sa mga Canadian oil and energy. Ang dahilan daw ng Amerika para mapigilan ang illegal immigration, drug trafficking at lalo na ang mga fentanyl crisis. At ang reaksyon dito sa Canada ay hindi pabor, so nagkaroon ng retaliation.
I am announcing Canada will be responding to the US trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much, much more. With the provinces and territories, several non-tariff measures, including some relating to critical minerals, energy, procurement, and other partnerships.
At ang goal ng Canada ay mapakita na hindi lang sila ang mahihirapan sa bandang huli, kundi ang dalawang bansa. Pag-usapan natin ang epekto ng trade war. Hindi lang ito simpleng away, meron itong real-life consequences sa economy at maging sa ating daily lives. Ang Canadian consumers and American consumers ang mga unang tatamaan. Halimbawa, dito sa Canada, ang 1,000 na refrigerator galing sa Amerika ay magiging 1,250 na dahil sa tariff. Number 2, apektado ang mga trabaho. Sa Canada, ang mga industriya tulad ng steel, aluminum, at automotive ay maaaring magbawas ng mga trabahador. Sa Amerika, ang mga negosyong dependent sa Canadian raw materials ay maaaring magtaas ng presyo or magsara. Pangatlo, masisira ang relasyon ng dalawang bansa. Dati malapit ang Canada at Amerika pagdating sa trade agreements. Pero dahil sa tariff war, nagiging mas competitive sila imbes na magtulungan.
Free trade agreement that the President and I, along with our Mexican partner, negotiated and signed a few years ago. But it doesn't have to be this way. As President John F. Kennedy said many years ago, geography has made us neighbors, history has made us friends, economics has made us partners, and necessity has made us allies. That rang true for many decades prior to President Kennedy's time in office, and in the decades since. From the beaches of Normandy to the mountains of the Korean Peninsula, from the fields of Flanders to the streets of Kandahar, we have fought and died alongside you. During your darkest hours, during the Iranian hostage crisis, those 444 days we worked around the clock from our embassy to get your innocent compatriots home. During the summer of 2005, when Hurricane Katrina ravaged your great city of New Orleans, or mere weeks ago when we sent water bombers to tackle the wildfires in California. During the day the world stood still, September 11th, 2001, when we provided refuge to stranded passengers and planes, we were always there, standing with you, grieving with you, the American people. Together, we've built the most successful economic, military, and security partnership the world has ever seen. A relationship that has been the envy of the world.
So kayo guys, ano ang opinion ninyo? Meron bang mananalo sa trade war na ito? Or bandang huli, tayong mga ordinaryong mamamayan ng bawat bansang ito ang magdurusa? Key takeaways natin today. Number 1, tariff, dagdag gastos sa mga imported goods. Number 2, parehong apektado ang Canada at Amerika sa nangyayaring trade war na ito. So kayo guys, ano ang sa tingin ninyo sa nangyayaring trade war na ito? Please share your opinion sa ating comment section. Magandang discussion po ito. So yun guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you again. Bye for now.